Then Jesus answering said unto them, Go your way and tell John what things ye have seen and heard. How that the blind see, the lame walk, and the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear, the dead are raised, to the poor the gospel is preached. I'd like to use for a thought, if you will, not for your prayerful consideration. Let the facts speak for themselves. Let the facts speak for themselves. If we were to ask others what they have heard about us, or if we were to ask other people their opinion of you, what do you think they would say? I believe the answer for many would be very interesting. Public opinion is primarily based on perception. But oftentimes it's not always grounded in the facts. Do I have a witness here? Amen. People form opinions based on what they see and what they hear. Do I have a witness? In our country, we have what we call public relations. People are paid to allow you to be the best you can be on paper. And in the public, they call that public relations or marketing. But we have to understand that it's not about what those clients or those marketers can make of, but we have to know the Lord for ourselves. And whether you know it or not, we're going to say today that let the facts speak for themselves. We got politicians, people saying all kinds of things, wanting all kinds of things, saying they've done this and they've done that. But we need to let the facts speak for themselves. And there are times, again, we must understand that what we have in life is not because we have been so good or faithful or so kind or so righteous, but it's because of the grace and the mercy of an almighty God. We ought to let the facts speak for themselves. Yes, there are many who, college and professional athletes, they have the agent to go out and to regard them highly and say all kinds of things about them to change their image, to polish up their image and things that they may have been involved in their youth, or they may be involved in right now. And there are those whose image are one way in the church, but the image is something different in the community. I ought to have a witness in the house. Those who have the most, again, what we call accurate opinions are those who have some type of dealings with the individual. In other words, if you've been around the person, then you have a better understanding of who that person is. We'll have a witness here. And the relationship is not manufactured. In other words, based on your interaction with the introduced, they always say, well, let the wife introduce him because she knows more about him than anybody else. I ought to have a witness here. And it seems right. It ought to be that way. So in his relationship with his followers, Jesus quickly found that they had a perception problem. They thought Jesus was somebody else, that he was to do something else. Public opinion concerning Jesus was all over the place. They saw Jesus as one thing, a zealot. Some thought he was supposed to establish a new kingdom. They believed he came to fight with the sword, but I hear Jesus says he